guys, what's going on? It's Franklin with the Reluctant Hams. I have Gigi to my left.
Hello, hello.
And I have Tracy Williams Barnett to my right.
Hi, everyone.
So, episode 4?
4.
Damn. People want to listen to us. I love it. Well, mostly it's my mom.
Thanks, moms.
So this week, we wanted to focus a little bit more on some topics in real estate that affect consumers and some of the realtors that are in the business. So we're talking about discount brokerages.
Oh.
This episode, a little dangerous.
We might hurt some feelings here.
I mean, we're not going to hurt feelings that don't deserve to be hurt. So,
I mean, if you claim to be discount, then, you should be able to level up and take the heat or not.
And there's some other things that we can talk about that I have been thinking about on the way here.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
I don't know.
That's so open-ended.
It's not about you, Tracy, because feedback from our last episodes, I was getting shaded by Miss Tracy Williams Barnett.
No, I would never. You know how much I love you.
Oh, yes, I do. I love you.
I sit over here to Franklin's left in Switzerland.
Hi, Gigi. You're all the way over there.
Hello from afar.
So, discount brokerages. What is a discount brokerage?
Without naming them.
Well, okay. We had discussed this
and
topic.
Why is it important to talk about?
Okay. Well, first, yes, I think we need to define what a discount brokerage is, but I also kind of struggle with defining what that means because when sellers, so in our market, it's a little bit different in every market, but in the DMV, the sellers negotiate with the listing agents what the commission's going to be for themselves and for the agent representing the buyer. So that amount, that percentage can vary agent to agent, brokerage to brokerage. Some brokerages have a minimum requirement, but most of them don't. So are we saying that any agent at any brokerage that discounts their commissions, are they considered discount, or is it specific brokerages that we're talking about?
And when we say discount brokerages, are we talking about commission, or does that include the services that are provided?
Boom, bam, and bam. We're talking about brokerages that have made it a commitment and policy to
market
themselves to the consumer, saying, this realtor is overcharging you for the same work that I will do for you.
I see. Okay.
Are we still in safe space?
Yes.
Okay.
Agreed. I understand.
Because I saw you turn a little shade lighter.
I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
It's a competitive market. I mean, well, now it's changing, right? Like the tides have turned and now it's more of a buyer's market than it has been the last few years.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No. It is maybe a little, it's calmer.
Buyers were out in these streets with helmets on.
And I'm still not claiming that it's a buyer's market. It's still technically a seller's market based off of the inventory that it's available in our area, at least. But it will depending on the neighborhood, the jurisdiction, the state, all of those nuances.
Well,
and
and
the type of property.
The type of property. I mean, like a condo and a single family home are two very different beasts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I brought it up only because we were talking about this before, that all too often we're talking about full service realtors are having to come to the table with their clients or potential clients and have to defend what they do.
Yes.
Right? Because there is a company or two out there saying, you are paying way too much money to this realtor for this. I can do this and you don't need all this other stuff, which is not always highlighted.
Yes. Well, and I think that when they're advertising those really low fees, they're not actually advertising what they're providing for that fee.
Or not providing.
Yeah, or not providing. So when you're paying, 3% total in a listing agreement, meaning 2.5% to a buyer agent and 0.5% to the selling agent, there's nothing included in that. You're not getting staging. You're definitely not getting someone that you can call.
You barely get an open house.
Barely.
I did recently hear one of my clients attended an open house hosted by one of these discount brokerages. And he said by the time you got there, it was already under contract. Fine, like that happens. But the door was cracked open. There was no agent in there.
Yeah,
The
there's
house was
That's
selling
the
itself?
open house.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
there's
a
a-
new one.
there's a company that will remain nameless that has they're piloting or already started it, where they're doing open houses that people can let themselves in on their own.
Right.
Wow.
So there's like either I guess a QR code and
Mhm.
something, and you go through like
Self-guided tour.
self-guided tour. But like for me, if I was listing my property and I knew a bunch of randoms were going to be in and out of my house,
Yeah, without an agent that
Without
has
at least-
back out,
I mean, you don't-
background checks and
I mean, at the very least, you have somebody there. They're not doing like you do an open house, anybody could walk in. You're not vetting people at the door.
Mhm.
But this is complete like burglary, like breaking into a house light.
Squatters.
yeah, no, seriously. Well, I mean, we are the armed guards, right?
Yeah.
During our open houses, no one's gonna mess with us. No, there are aspects of every industry in any industry where technology can take over, and we can't ignore it. I think that this is just something that all of us have to face. But when you're talking about the most expensive, most valuable investment that you own being trusted by a discount brokerage, and I'm not saying that every agent that's part of a discount brokerage is not good,
Correct.
but the thing is that discount brokerages pay their agents less. And if their agent is really good and performing very well with their firm, they are smart enough to see that they can leave that firm, work half as hard, and make more
Mm-hmm.
doing it at the going rate
Mm-hmm.
for their exceptional service. And I actually just met with an agent last week who did that exactly. She was a top agent at one of these discount firms. And she was like, I love my mentor here. I love the culture here, but damn, like
Mhm.
this paycheck sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's about service, and I really pride myself on my service offerings and the level of marketing and advertising that I provide. You know, when you're selling a home, like Gigi said, there's a lot that needs to, in my opinion, needs to go into the marketing and advertising. It's more than just putting a stake in the ground and letting the house sell itself. And you have to really think about all of the work and all of the different steps that we take. And I think we should share with our listeners like a lot of the different steps that we take, you know, from ordering the steak and the signage and doing the marketing and advertising. Are you hiring a professional photographer, or are you using your iPhone to take the pictures? What kind of brochures are you getting? Are you getting something that they just slap together and put on a little flimsy piece of paper? Are you getting a full, you know, professional brochure? You know, there's different levels of marketing.
I think you left the most important part out.
What?
Coaching your client.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
that is
I mean,
your
the
client,
list goes on and on.
your
and
client
the
will go
services.
through some emotions through the process, and they're going to feel excited. They're going to feel scared. They're going to be mad.
Panic.
They're going to be panicked. And if you are working with someone who's not a full service, I would say a full service agent, the likelihood of you getting that answer on the phone
The level of care.
that say, hey, how many people came to the open house today? Oh, I don't know. I didn't do it.
And don't you think that to be a really good agent, whether you're on the buyer side or the seller side, your success is dependent on how far ahead you can think.
Mhm.
Like how many steps ahead can you be to make sure that things don't go wrong? Because they always do. There's always something that happens, even at the, you know, the 11th hour, that, you know, you're crazy. Like your clients are freaking out. You don't have time, and you need to be able to think ahead to know what you're going to do, or have the experience
Mhm.
to know how to deal with those circumstances, those situations.
And it's going to be even more important now because the market is changing. As we said, a shift is happening, going from perhaps a seller's market to a buyer's market. So to be able to effectively provide services for your client and to market the property effectively is even more important. And so understanding the distinction of what you will receive for the commission that you're paying out is critical. For instance, I know for a fact before I became a realtor, I
Thank
actually
you.
used
Also, thank you for saying realtor and not realtor.
Realtor.
I want to chop my ears off whenever
No.
I'm a realtor.
I'm a realtor.
Realtor.
There's no additional A there.
I almost
It's
feel like they should
tempting,
add
though.
it just to like.
Yeah, it's tempting.
A realtor. I'm like, no, you're not.
But I am a professional service provider.
Comes bougie.
Services and
Bougie.
consultation to my clients, right? And so in my previous life, when I did leverage a discount broker before I knew better, do you know they told me that they only do one open house and they don't do another one until there's a price deduction.
Oh.
So I thought that was because I do, open houses on Saturday and Sunday.
Especially on
sometimes
the
from-
first weekend. You got to do
Yeah,
both.
Absolutely. And then, if you cannot defend your commission as a professional, how do you expect the agent to be able to represent you and ensure that you get the highest price for your home?
Yeah, I never understood that.
Right.
If you're a client and a seller, and you can negotiate your realtor down on their commission, why would you expect them to be able to negotiate the price of your home up?
Right.
Yeah, no, that's totally true. That's
Like,
so
You
true.
lost here. How
Right.
how are you going to win there?
Absolutely. You trust that person. So sometimes it's true. You get what you pay for.
So, you have something on this? Because I want to change gears a little bit.
So I will just say that a lot of people are afraid in this market. And when I say a lot of people, I mean real estate agents specifically are worried about their business as the market is becoming a little bit more unpredictable. And they are trying to figure out and devise ways to help either generate more leads by either buying more leads or working with a brokerage that provides those leads. So a lot of these discount brokerages, they provide leads to their agents, and there's value there. Like, that shouldn't be ignored, right? Like, it costs money to create leads, but there are also other ways to save money. And I'm going to do a little plug here for my firm.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to say the name, but you guys can do your research. It's not that hard. And
She said, I am so known.
I think that this is the time, and I'm going to get a lot of hate from other brokers out there, but this is the time to negotiate your commission with your brokerage. Like, if you are a real estate agent and you feel like the market is turning and you feel like you're not getting the support that's warranted for what you're paying out your broker, just negotiate your commission, because I'm pretty sure if you're paying more than 10%, you're paying too much, in my opinion.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't think that there's any issue with that conversation, because you're in business with your broker.
Yes.
They're not
Absolutely.
doing you any favors, and you're not doing them any favors.
No.
Like, this should be a win-win scenario.
And people, they get pay raises all the time. Like, well, not all the time, but like every year annually, you do a review with your boss if you're at like a paid position, salaried position, and you negotiate your benefits, you negotiate your salary. And I mean, most agents aren't getting a 2-3% raise every year on their split. Some of these agents have been with their firms for 10 plus years.
I will say that if your broker doesn't do it, someone else will.
Well,
Yes.
here's the thing.
Me,
You
come to me.
For our listeners who are actually homeowners and potential buyers, it's really important for them to know the other side of the business, because when they see the numbers and they think about the commission, they think that you're potentially getting all of that money. And a lot of the agents are not. They're getting a fraction of that. They work on commission only. So they can put in a lot of effort and time listing your home, showing you homes, writing contracts that fall through over and over and over again and get paid $0. So really, I would say, really understand about the care and the effort that your agent is putting in on your behalf, and show them some appreciation
And respect.
And respect,
Please.
because they're working for $0, particularly even more so on the buyer side. If it's a buyer's agent, in this particular market right now and the way things are.
2.5 years with one of my clients.
Absolutely.
Endless homes. They may not ever buy.
You ain't lying.
$0.
I had a
and
woman
most of the time the seller pays, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
buyer's
Close.
agent,
We're not getting anything.
the
Yeah.
buyer's agent, the buyer is not paying the agent in a lot of cases.
They do. They pay their admin fee. Because one of the things that I will say becomes a little bit a misconception is that they don't pay. And then when they get to the closing table and they see these admin fees, and they don't care where it's going.
Right.
They don't. They generally don't care where it's going. They just know that they see it as a debit on their side of the ledger. And I was told that the seller pays everything, and so I think the language around that should be pretty clear, because at the closing table, when all the emotions are actually either heightened or like they're okay with it, it comes up more times than not.
And we're talking about like admin fees are usually between like $300 to $500. So it's a nominal amount in the grand scheme of it. But
I was asked about $10 the other day.
If a
$10, and I was like, "That's the government."
That's the drink that I need after this, my happy hour cocktail. No, it's a nominal fee, but I mean, absolutely, people need to be upfront about it. A lot of agents just pay it for their clients because they feel like if they're going to close, it's not even worth the conversation with them.
And the other side of it is when I do seller side closings, sometimes the seller is surprised that they're paying the commission for the buyer's agent.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's because
they don't read the contract that they signed.
They didn't read the
agent that they're working with has not done their job in explaining how it works.
I mean, I know that. I will never tell them that at the table.
Right. It's too late at that point.
That is not my business.
I've been scolded at the table by opposite agents being too friendly. So you definitely don't want to tell them off.
So super quick.
Uh-oh, Franklin.
He looks so
He just
sneaky.
gave a side eye.
Selling Sunset News.
Oh
no.
my gosh.
What?
Tracy said last episode was the last, but I
Well,
need to hear it.
She lied.
Over them.
She lied.
I want to hear.
What?
Maya.
Oh, yeah, she joined another brokerage, a popular one.
She left the Oppenheimer
We
group.
can say where she's gone.
Yeah,
I was going to say directional.
Oh,
okay.
Locating
location.
place.
Didn't we name them like Nordstrom or something?
Well, what are you talking about? But yeah, she's
left.
She left, but they didn't want to expand in Florida or Miami, wherever she is. So she just upped and left, and she was a good producer.
Which is crazy because
amazing.
the Miami market is just booming. It's crazy.
Listen,
you can't get into it.
You could be a box of rocks and be a top agent in Miami right now.
Wow, let me get my license there.
a lot of agents in DC have gotten their Florida license.
I'm going to be a box of rocks in Miami.
I exaggerate and use that for humor, but
So I loved Maya in the show. I thought she was really bright. She was very different from the other girl. She was a lot more mature.
she was a businesswoman.
She was a businesswoman. So I
Mhm.
mean,
It
she
still is.
didn't fit in the company culture anymore.
No.
And she started her family and she was going through a lot. But this is going to sound really shady.
I love it.
But I saw the announcement of her joining.
Mhm.
And what the hell is she wearing? She looks so like
Palazzos.
yeah,
Well, we know
with
she
a
cannot
stretchy
dress.
band.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
know that.
she is so pretty. She can throw on a black simple dress and look like the classiest person. But
But if
she
you don't-
looks like she might halfway be wearing pajamas.
She needs a stylist.
If you don't got it, if you don't got style, you ain't gonna get it.
you can buy
What is-
it. She's got $1 million
What's
net
that
worth.
song? Money can't buy you class.
That's from
Real Housewives.
Luann Delisop, and we're.
Money can't
I mean, we can't even talk.
class.
True.
We can't even begin to talk about those ladies. They have gone.
That is so true.
They
people.
have went on
Upside
to.
down.
Yeah, they went on the cancel train.
They are the cancel train.
What about Housewives of Dubai?
I started watching it. Those were some extra
Those women are.
there's
I just watch for the fashion and the places.
I haven't watched it.
those ladies are not in reality.
Are they real?
Dubai is not in reality.
No.
It is.
So
It
they're
is like a fairy tale land
So they're-
amusement park.
so they're good. They're in La La Land.
Yes, I watch La La Land, but now I'm getting sick of it because they have no personality. Actually, it's kind of
That's why New York
boring.
was so good when it
Yeah.
was good, but then the
Mhm.
cast sucked, and now
Yeah.
they're all alcoholics, and it's a very sad thing.
I mean, so having lived in New York, I dated someone whose father was in that realm of society.
Okay,
And
reality TV or like the high end
Money.
posh money. Okay.
money. I'm not-
Dubai kind
not
of money.
No, New York.
New York money.
Okay,
RB, Real Housewives of New York money.
okay.
House in out east, I'll call it, because I don't want to. And there was a party and these ladies came to the party,
Oh my god.
and they wrecked it,
Oh,
like down to the ground, wrecked it.
they feel like they can.
And they were allowed.
Yeah. of
Why?
course.
Because of their production or because of their behavior?
Both. I mean, I think
Yeah.
their behavior is not too far from
The show.
the show.
Were they taping? Oh, that's juicy. I wish I was there. I would have loved to witness that.
It was ratchet.
Hmm.
Ramona, mm-mm.
Oh.
She ain't no good.
Her eyes
Oh,
scare
You're
me.
talking about people like
She's on TV. She ain't people.
that.
Once you're on TV,
You ain't.
you're not real anymore.
No,
Right.
You're
you-
disposable.
What's going to happen when we're on TV?
I mean, when?
What's going to happen was the question, Franklin.
Gonna love it.
We don't become people anymore.
Gonna love it.
People are gonna
Every-
throw
We're gonna be
eggs
a
at
box
us.
of rocks.
So I have a little issue I want to ask about. So I'm currently renting.
Okay.
Okay. You just moved into your place.
I did, and I love my building. I'm feeling like my building's being a little shady towards me.
Oh, they have been.
What?
Yeah.
Shady
Towards my Franklin?
Shady boots.
No.
Shady boots.
And I only know a little bit about the story.
So-
this might be something new.
I entertained some folks for Pride.
Okay.
I reached out to them to ask them about, hey, do I need to rent something? Like, is it?
What's the policy?
I remember when I did the tour, they're like, first come, first serve, or if you know you're gonna have a lot of people and you don't want to be disturbed, you can rent it. Fine. I reached out, I asked, no one responded to me, or I didn't see the email. One of the two. And then I have 25 to 30 people on the roof. There were Tracy was in attendance.
It
You
is
were
fine.
unable to attend, Gigi.
Yeah, I'll follow up with that.
And the food was amazing.
I cooked, cleaned,
Franklin is an excellent
Cooked.
host and cook.
cooked, clean, made the place look cute. Elevated the joint.
yeah.
Monday morning, I receive an email from the building. Hey, Franklin, so this is the building saying that we noticed that from 12 to 5, you had X amount of people on the roof. And normally this would cost you $200 an hour. And it would cost about total of $1,000 plus a $500 deposit.
Oh my God. F
And I'm reading this, and I'm like, as I'm reading it, I'm like, I'm calling the moving trucks now. So then he goes on to say, we'll waive this time.
They did you a favor.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you made their building so much cooler.
There were like other parties going
oh
on.
my God, there were so
Yes?
many parties going on.
Other parties going on. Pride
Groups
weekend in
of
You
DC.
should find out if they got that email.
I don't even
too.
want to talk to these.
And it's
suckers
also like,
anymore.
what are they counting your guests? Like,
right.
Dusty.
Yeah. It
So-
was totally wrong.
So fast forward.
do you want me to sell you a house? I can help.
Fast forward a week later, they're doing building maintenance. They're checking like the HVAC, and then they're replacing filters and blah, blah, blah. So let the guy in. He did it. He checked the filter. He left. I got an email this week saying, hey, Franklin, congratulations on your pet.
Oh,
During our quarterly
I'm laughing because
during our quarterly inspection, we saw the presence of a pet.
what did you have in there? A
Nothing.
bird?
You know, I live
A
like
tarantula?
I live like I'm in a hotel.
No.
I have a furry blanket that Evelyn bought me that's on my couch.
Franklin has no pets.
Oh
people.
my gosh. Did they think that the throw was a pet?
So I was at happy hour when I received this email, and so I come in hot. I was like, why are you making these allegations? That
I would have a pet, an unauthorized pet.
I was like, the audacity that you think I would have a pet.
You should have been like, the only pet in here is that rat that I found.
Someone
If
has
there
it
was a-
after you.
No, but like, you can say that.
Oh, if there was a rat in my place, the whole place is burned down to the ground. We will have to figure out where we're going to live.
Well, you know, Franklin, what we tell our clients, if you can afford to pay that rent, you can afford to buy.
Oh, did you? I never heard that before.
Wait, I think in episode 1, we did say the ghost of Prince does haunt your building. So
Yes, he does.
they might have just saw the ghost of Prince and thought it was a pet.
I just feel, I feel like that email is weighted, and either like the person assumed, like, did my apartment smell? Like, was
No, you keep your apartment very clean.
like, what was the glitch? And now I'm like getting super insecure about like how I keep my apartment, even though I keep it.
Did they also even give you notice saying that it was an inspection
Oh,
too?
they
Because
were-
that's
They were going to
proper notice.
back charge me to what from when I moved in, saying, well, you had a pet, and so,
Oh, my goodness.
and I'm like, nah, you can.
Poor management.
I'm like, you can. First of all, call me first.
Mhm.
Let's have a conversation about this. So this is one of the reasons I bring this up, because we're talking about real estate. And this is one of the reasons why I'm like, people, if you want to have autonomy, you want to have control over your livelihood and not get ratchet ass emails from your building property man.
Harassed.
Like, this is like the second or third in the week.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling away.
Oh, and you were so excited about
I
that place.
loved it until they opened their stupid mouth.
They took the wind beneath your wings
Mhm.
away.
So that's what it is.
Well, I think the only remedy is to move
And
In
to
the
buy
middle-
from Gigi and I.
into that, and also to
Well,
live in the middle of nowhere.
You're gonna
Oh
have
no, Gigi,
you're gonna have
that's
to
not
work-
happening.
You live on an island in the middle of nowhere or on a farm.
He's a New Yorker. You know, he's a city guy. That's not going to happen.
That's why I'm like, you know what? Screw him. Like, you're a New Yorker. This is like a daily thing. People
She's
like
bite
looking,
the bullet, deal with it.
looking and criticizing and
Yeah, you should be used to
nitpicking
that.
and hollering and like this. It's just unusual in DC. But you're the New Yorker. You can
Deal with it.
play. You know the game better than they
So
do.
you want me to light their ass up?
Yes. There's a thing called Yelp and
I'm
Google
crying now.
reviews.
I've already given them positive Google
you
review.
can. Oh, the worst is when
Oh,
you give
take it
positive and you repost underneath it as like a follow up.
Change my mind.
Those are the worst reviews because you
Done.
know they're real.
Done.
done. Oh, send it to me. I want to read it.
I'm gonna
We'll
put it.
read it next time
gonna
on
put-
the next episode of Reluctant Hands.
I'm gonna put it in Grammarly first to make sure that's good.
Oh. Using the most powerful words.
So this was episode 4.
Thank you guys so much for listening. More real estate chat to come. Maybe not more Selling Sunset. Tracy, we can't promise.
No
No,
promises.
That's fine. We can talk about the Housewives of Dubai next time.
All right.
Or not.
I'll need to watch it before our next episode taping.
All right. See you guys soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.